I really loved making American Gangster, just because I liked that world. I loved that era, and I like gangster movies with Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, and Denzel Washington. I had a lot of fun producing Blue Crush on the North Shore of Oahu. In fact, the day I got there, I bought a house on the North Shore because I loved it so much. And A Beautiful Mind was such a great result. I learned a lot from Apollo 13. I still do some of the lessons because we set up an astronaut training school for Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton, and Gary Sinise. And they taught us a lot of practical things. Take naps every day. And I think Tom Hanks still takes a nap every day. I know I do. After lunch, 15, 20 minutes max. So we do things. We learned a lot that we took later in life.
Well, it's funny. We've had both Kevin Bacon and Gary Sinise here on this show talking about going through their training for Apollo 13.
Oh, my God.
Neither of them mentioned a nap. They both talked about vomiting. That they did.
Well, they did. They vomited, yeah.
That's what they talked about more than the rigorous nature of their training for that movie. They talked about
because in order to achieve, I'm sure they told you, in order to achieve zero gravity, you get about 27 seconds of zero gravity per parabolus. Now you have to do 50 parabolus because they're doing science experiments at the back of the plane.
Right.
So they won't allow you to regulate how many you do. You must do 50, I think, or 100. And these guys were trapped on this jet, this rocket, doing that, a jet rather. And because all you were able to capture is 17 seconds of the 27 seconds. So yeah, everybody got sick.
I mean, that's a remote drop movie for me. Doesn't matter where I am, what I have to do. If I see Apollo 13 come on, I got to drop the remote. It is an outstanding, beautiful, well-crafted, acted, produced, obviously, movie.
Well,
it's awesome, Brian.
Thank you.
It really is.
Yeah, Ron did an amazing job. He created the architecture that gave you the narrative architecture that got you so involved and those cutaways. I think he kind of came up with a new paradigm of how to create suspense in an environment that is so singular like that.
There's one television show that I've seen of yours. Well, I've seen many, but one television show where I would call a friend of mine, a buddy of mine at the end and say, "Are you crying?" And he'd say, "Yeah, I'm crying. Are you crying?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's Friday Night Lights.
Oh, wow.
Friday Night Lights. We would call each other up and just like sheepishly admit, we're crying over this stuff. And the movie is fantastic. I mean, the movie is wonderful. The television show is one of the greatest TV shows of all. It gutted me that they stopped making it.
Wow.
What happened on that show?
It didn't get high enough ratings for a network television show. Had it been today and on a streamer, it would have lasted forever.
I think so too.
I mean, it birthed a lot of Taylor Kitsch, Michael B. Jordan. It birthed a lot of great actors. And but more importantly, it was really involving, as you point out. I love that it spoke to you like that.
It did.
And it speaks to kids still today. They like that internal drama of what it's, just of what it's the loneliness that you face as a kid growing up and being in high school and the cliff you fall off if you're on the top of it.
Yes.
Like Boobie Miles, and you're winning at everything and you get injured and all of a sudden you're no longer a rock star at school. And it just it's a lot of those things.
And, to me, the beauty of that was the relationship between coach and wife, coach and daughter.
Yeah.
Those were the relationships of that show that was kind of the moral center, the rock of Friday Night Lights. How did you cast the role of your coach? He's a dynamite actor.
Well, honestly, look, I love him. A lot of it is Peter Berg, who directed the pilot.
Yes.
Who's a big sports guy. I don't know if he's been on your show.
Oh, yes, multiple times.
Yeah, he's tremendous. He's really gifted. I'm going to make another movie with him right now, in fact. A lot of it was him. Kyle Chandler was just perfect.
Yeah.
Women liked him and men wanted to be him.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.